middle. There is no middle when it comes to racism. I'm sorry. And shh. Welcome to High Reads. Good evening and welcome back to my podcast. High Reads is your favorite and God's favorite. Panda. I'm happy to be back with another episode. This is episode 3. And today's episode is going to feature a lot of different themes, but they're going to keep you in the loop. They're going to make you think. And, it's going to be a little bit funny, serious, a bunch of different emotions. So stick with me. The vibe for today's High Reads episode is brought to you by the cannabis strain Superboof. Superboof is a zingy weed hybrid strain that is a crossing between Black Cherry Punch and Tropicana Cookies and is a leafy strain of the year for 2004. So this strain has won awards. I highly recommend Superboof, and no, I am not a doctor. This is just a non-professional recommendation. So enjoy responsibly in the states that are legal. Moving on. So now that we got the vibes out of the way, let's move on to our first high read of the day, and that is, am I overreacting about canceling to go to a Super Bowl party over the halftime show? This is from Redditor Slow Huckleberry 587. Let's see what she's talking about, because I feel like the way she worded the question is a little bit different, but as I read it, I'll be able to say the question back to you. I'm working with what we've got here. Let's get into it. So I'm a 32-year-old woman with a 2-year-old. My husband and I are both leftists with our politics, and our families are not. I know everyone has different ways of dealing with this, but I don't bring it up, and I expect them not to if they want us to be able to have a normal, non-political relationship. This is not a political bait post. I genuinely wonder if I'm overreacting here. I personally already know I'm in the right morally on this issue, so I have no delusion there. I see my extended family, who I was always super close to growing up, once or twice a year now. Nothing caused this. People get busy with work and kids now. So I was excited that I was able to go to the Super Bowl party at my grandparents' house this year and enjoy family time. My grandma told me to bring an appetizer, and I've been looking forward to this. I called my dad to ask about the appetizer I was to bring, and he asked, "Are you and your husband going to be upset when we turn the halftime show off and switch it to another one?" The other one being the Turning Point USA show to perform against Puerto Rican Bad Bunny. I was a bit baffled. I told him, yeah, it would bother me. My husband is Hispanic, and we've listened to Bad Bunny for years, and it's never been an issue to my family. And now this halftime show comes up, and it's a problem. I said he's just a Spanish speaking music artist. I don't understand why this needs to be a political stance. It seems racially motivated. It would make me uncomfortable. Yes. My dad told me it's not that he is Puerto Rican, but that Americans speak English and it's anti white to have a Spanish artist who doesn't have songs in English. I explained he's one of the biggest music artists in the world. And he said, sure, okay, I can't confirm that. Either way, he's just going to go up there and call ICE bad. This got to me. I said, if this entire evening is going to be everyone having to shove their politics down my throat and I'm going to be expected to take it and not say anything myself without getting attacked, then I'm not going. I hung up. I called my cousin and she isn't going either for the same reasons. She told me she saw them all recently and they yelled at her for her views. Damn.
Come the fuck out of there.
They didn't used to be like this. I just can't deal with it. Yeah, Trump really got them riled up. But my brother, who is on my side of this, says he gets it, but it shouldn't get in the way of seeing family since I was so excited. He said the outrage will likely be contained to the halftime show, and I'll be able to enjoy myself outside of that and just try to not bring it up, which I never do anyway. Should I stay home and have a quiet Super Bowl, or am I overreacting? Okay, so I have a lot to say about this. Like I really do, but I want to get to the top comments first because I'm like trying to figure out okay. And then only to figure out that this shut down the comments. Like the comment sections had to get shut down for this post. So I actually wasn't even able to get any posts. And you know what that tells me? That tells me that Trumpers probably found this post and then started writing crazy things for the messages to be barred and stuff. And I literally, and there were messages obviously placed on this post before before the comments got shut off. There were obviously messages to this post, but I'm not able to see any of them, and it's honestly quite disappointing. But I already know, I kind of already have a feeling of what it's going to look like. Hopefully it doesn't look like that on my YouTube comment section, just because I'm covering this Reddit story now. Let's be calm. Not that I care, truthfully. So yeah, okay, so the comments shut off. So my personal opinion is, sis, what are you doing hanging around people like that anyway?
Come the fuck out of there.
What are you doing hanging around people like that anyway? It's time for our morals to match our everyday life. And what I mean is that, yes, sometimes people who have different morals than you should not be friends. Like, you should not be family. You should not be acknowledging them. You should not have them in your life. It is that, it is just like that, because it's like there's somebody who is extremely problematic, and that much hate and anger is just weird. It's weird. Historically, it's weird. And you don't want to even have to put up with that. Honestly, sis, choose your morals, because not once, and like, I understand. I feel like that is something that every race can probably understand to some degree and stuff like that. Like, what you're talking about isn't even something that is um new. But the truth is, you really can't sympathize with people like this, and you really don't want them around you, because before you know it, they'll start to influence you subconsciously. Being around that and allowing your kids to be around hate is so weird. And your significant other is Spanish. None of y'all should be going. What are y'all talking about? That's dumb. Like, honestly, bro, I wanted to come at you with love and stuff, but sweetheart, no. Cut that shit out and cut it off, for real. Is family love is never that deep. You already married a Hispanic person. So you even like messing with your family, knowing that your family is a bunch of bigots, is weird. You can't be in the middle. There is no middle when it comes to racism. I'm sorry. And I know that y'all really want to, because, y'all want to find a middle because some of your family is racist. There is no middle. Like, and the thing is, your family either has to choose their love for you or to be racist, and they choosing to be racist. Like, and then they're doing it to torture you. Like, they literally trying to invite you there to torture you. And it honestly makes me think of like how my family acts when I get around. And sometimes they like to throw on R. Kelly as if to, I don't know, like, I feel like it could have just been to actually enjoy the song, but it also feels like they're trying to say, oh, but his music is still popping though, I'm gonna still listen to it though. It's like, and you're literally trying to provoke that person, and you don't know if I'm a SA survivor, or nor obviously do you care. And it's just disheartening to have people like that in this world and stuff like that, because we all claim to care about people, kids, and all this extra stuff. But I think that we're learning right now in politics, in real life, in real time, how truly disgusting the world is. And your family is God honestly disgusting, sis. And there's no going around it. It's no going around it. I have part ways with many of family members. I don't need to be involved with everybody, and you don't need to be close with everyone. Okay, so what? You don't have a mom and a dad. It's a lot of people who don't have moms and dads out here, sis. Cut them loose and stuff. That much hate deserves to be alone. That much hate deserves to be alone. Let it go, sis. Oh, Jesus. Am I overreacting? My girlfriend says I like someone else. And this is from the subreddit Am I Overreacting, of course. And this redditor is and the redditor is at stylish chipmunk. Interesting. Okay, for context, I'm 20 male dating this girl 20 female. For about 7 months, we've had our fair share of ups and downs, just like any other normal relationship. He don't got no commas or nothing in this. But today was a different story. We had just finished one big exam, and neither of us performed as good as we thought. She doesn't like answers being discussed in front of her after the exams because it makes her feel stressed. Completely valid. So I was discussing some of the answers with my friends when one of my female friends, we'll name her B, joined the conversation. B is a very nice and sweet girl, and she's friends with almost everyone in the batch. I only knew her after I got to know my girlfriend, and we became close because we often sit next to each other during class. My girlfriend sits in a different zone, so she's unable to sit with me. This was a clarification. I've made it very clear to B that I am in a committed relationship, and she knows my girlfriend as well. They both talk and laugh and are just basically neutral. Even my girlfriend admitted that she doesn't mind me being friends with B because she's just so chill. Fast forward to today, my girlfriend suddenly left me after the exam was over. She does this when she's mad at me or having a moody episode. When she walks away, I either catch up to her or let her calm down first, and then I call her and ask her what's wrong. The whole time while this was happening, I was talking to B and another guy friend about the exams we just had. After I cut up with him, my girlfriend, she flat out told me, if you like someone else, just tell me. And she said that she can see it from my eyes. I was taken aback because I always gave her reassurance when she needed it. She has eczema, so I take care of her on campus. Every time she has a moody episode, I'm the one that has to tolerate it, even though it's not my fault. Now, you guys might say that that's the bare minimum. This is both me and my girlfriend's first relationship, and I'm a broke college student who barely scrapes by for meals. I was heartbroken because after everything I did for her, she accused me of liking someone else and proceeded to tell me, no, it's fine. I don't want to talk about it. Come on, after dropping a bomb on someone who was trying to be nice to you, then proceeding to duck the question when asked is not okay. And when I try to tell her why it's important, she always brings it back to her past, saying that she's always been like this and unable to tell anyone anything. Am I overreacting? Okay, that was long winded. The top comments are saying that, okay, so it's a pretty split comment section right now, with some people noting that abuse is not okay and that her moody outbursts is abuse and that he should not get used to it. And they also suggest that she needs to learn communication skills. Um, some people listing that premenstrual cramps is not a good reason, even though that wasn't even mentioned here. They just added that. But basically, they were just trying to say that there's no justification for her acting like this, no matter what her body is going through. Um, So my thing with this is what I'm hearing is that she has a lot of mood swings and stuff. It's giving, she might need to go get checked up. Now, I am not somebody who is a medical person. I can't prescribe you anything, but it gives a little bipolar. It gives she just doesn't have the right meds. It gives she needs, and if she do have the right meds, it needs to be recalibrated. Yeah, it seems like she's having way more issues processing things and communicating. I don't know what this could be, but it seems like it's a little bit deeper than you and it really does go beyond you. Um, I do think that this person, okay, so my thing with this person is I'm trying to figure out how he takes care of her eczema. Like, do you rub ointment on her eczema? I'm just trying to figure out what the tea is. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like you've been dealing with up and down sporadic behavior for quite some time. So I don't know. This feels a little like You just need to choose yourself. I'm not really sure what's going on with her, but you just need to choose yourself. Um, and honestly, the narrating of this, I question a little bit. I don't know. After all I've done for her, yeah, no, I don't know. But I'll have to assume that you're the victim fully in this. And I mean, why do you have to mention her eczema? I'm confused on what her eczema had to do with the story. But it's just one of those things where y'all just seem very young and you just threw a whole lot of nothing at me. Um, I would just, call it quits and take time for yourself, reflect. She should go to the doctors, you know, see if, if something is needs, a little bit more help, if something needs a little bit more help. Um, yeah, she just sounds a little bit unstable. But moving on to the next and final high reads of the night. So this final high read is: Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her venting on TikTok is actually just bullying? Funny enough, I just deleted my TikTok. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her venting on TikTok is actually just bullying? Funny enough, I just deleted my TikTok. Oh my God. And I don't regret it. I'm sick of it. And I feel bad that my 7,000 followers is gone. But at the end of the day, F TikTok and F like pretty much a lot of different platforms and a lot of different things that I'm going to stop using. And y'all know why. Um, but yeah, moving on to a more interesting topic. So, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her venting on TikTok is actually just bullying? And this is by at much dash comfortable dash 733. Okay. My girlfriend, 26 female, has a decent following on TikTok. Lately, every time we have a tiny disagreement, like who was supposed to do the dishes, she posts a story time or a get ready with me where she talks about toxic partner who doesn't value her labor. She doesn't use my name, but everyone we know follows her. My sister called me asking why I was being such a jerk to her. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just a guy who forgot to dry the pans once. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just a guy who forgot to dry the pans. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just the guy who tried. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just a guy who forgot to dry the pans once. The way he says it. Um, I told her she needs to stop airing our dirty laundry out for likes. She got super defensive and said I was policing her digital space. Oh, I'm gonna use that. I am so into that. Oh my God. And that her community helps her process her emotions. I told her if she needs a community to talk about dishes, she needs a therapist, not a ring light. Ooh, he ate down. Snap, snap. She hasn't spoken to me in 2 days. Am I the a hole for wanting our relationship to be private? This is obviously from the subreddit, Am I the a hole underscore relationships? I forgot to mention that. So the top comments are saying most people seem to agree with the narrator, that he is not the a hole and that his girlfriend seems immature. They also pointed out that it's very, very immature to blast someone just about dishes. And then they said that she's looking for validation, and someone saying that she's clearly just using it for content. Like it's not real, it's just content. Um, my question is, because it's such a quick story, there's like not a lot of context. And what I think, and now I understand greatly, because I used to watch Smosh Reads and they used to be like, oh, they're not giving us enough information. And I feel like right now I really don't have enough information. Um, so my question is, did you not know her content beforehand? Did you not know that she was blogging her whole life beforehand? Um, it's just a question. These are just questions I have. And also, um, it's just like, if you're if people come back and say, and the people come back and say, why are you being a jerk? I feel like it's more about something else rather than dishes. Like, it's giving, you just gave dishes as an example, But I feel like you said that, like, your community comes back and says, "Why are you being a jerk?" Your sister specifically, this is somebody close to you and knows you and stuff like that, said, "Why are you being a jerk?" And so it gives that, like, the TikToks go a little bit deeper than dishes. So, sir, I think you might need to reflect a little bit, because a little bit in the comments, you're kind of giving it away a little bit. I don't know if this is a reliable narrator. And it's not saying that he's all the way wrong and stuff. It can be very temperamental when you're with somebody who talks about their life so much. It's the reason why I don't talk about my life all that much anymore. If I do, it's on live and you got to catch it while it's hot. But like, I'm not putting my everyday stuff in here. Like, it's a killer of relationships, seriously. But I feel like if you knew that she was in social media, you had to kind of assume that it was going to be something like this at some point. But I don't necessarily think you're the a-hole, but I also don't necessarily think that she's the bully. Only because you described it as a small situation, as you forgetting to wash the dishes. If you don't ever wash the dishes, then forgetting to wash the dishes is monumental. And I don't know, your sister coming to you directly lets me kind of know that this is not too far. Because why would your sister step to you like this? It just don't make no sense. It's not adding up, Jeff. I wish it was. I wish it was. So I'm 50-50 split. So I'm gonna say nobody's the asshole. Maybe y'all just have different lifestyles and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. There was just a few holes and stuff like that, because honestly, I could see how this could be aggravating. It's not like I can't see that, and I'm not too close minded to be like, oh, he should just go with it. But I bet when she start making money, you will be wanting to go with it. Period. Um, but yeah, maybe you guys just want something else. Maybe you guys are just two completely different people. Because she's clearly wanting something from you and complaining a lot, and you're clearly not a type of person who likes their business put out on Front Street, and I don't know a single person who does. So I probably would go with the rest of Reddit and say that maybe y'all need to not be together, but I don't like to break people up, and I don't even want to recommend that, but that's just out there. They said it, not me. Okay, guys, that was the last of the high reads. I had a great time kikiing. There was a lot of interesting topics in here, and I really do hope that they figure it out. I do think that the lady with the family, sis, you need to find you a new family. You need to find you a new family. That's okay. That's okay. Um, and then I hope everyone else figures out their situation. I wish peace to all. Have a great rest of the week. And also, more importantly, happy Black History Month. I definitely don't want to forget about Black History Month. I'm Black every day, but I feel especially Black today. Um, yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.